Welcome to Weir's Dojang and another Tuesday training tip. I'm Instructor Weir, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. Hapkido is often thought about as being a defensive martial art or a self-defense martial art. What a lot of people fail to realize is that it can also be used offensively just as effectively. As you get up higher in the ranks, you really want to be able to see where these offensive techniques can come into play to be able to stop a situation before it even starts. Let's break a few of these down and take a look. So let's break down some of these offensive techniques. The most important part of an offensive technique is your initial contact. Okay? You need to make contact with the uke in the position in which you want to do the lock. There's not a lot of time to play around when you're dealing with an offensive technique. So if I'm looking at Jack here and I want to do a bone stand to him, I'm actually going to have to come in and turn my hand over to take that snatch and go into bone stand. Okay, so offensively, he's in a relaxed position. I'm not only going to do it to the bone stand, but I'm also going to come off to a 45-degree angle. That's going to prevent his other side from coming into play. It'll look very much like this. Okay, so as you saw, I was able to shift to the side, take out one side of his body, take out one side of his arsenal, make that initial contact, and snap in the bone stand. Let's go from the other side, Jack. Okay, so very similar here, off, down. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Back over here. Next, we're going to talk about hammer lock. Now, again, your initial motion might be a little bit different. You've probably got hammer lock from a bunch of different techniques. And the key of hammer lock is making sure that his hand is beyond the 90-degree plane of his body. Okay, so that's what we have to think about when we're talking about doing it offensively. And to do that, you use your other hand and you just scoop right here. Bang. Now I can hook the elbow and go in hammer lock. Here, around, and I have him in hammer lock. I can walk him around. Back to the side. Okay, scoop the hand, pull the elbow, pull him into hammer lock. Okay, now I have control, I have his balance, he can't do much of anything. All right, now, let's change the environment here a little bit. His hands aren't going to be by his side anymore. Now his hand comes up and he's starting to yell at you. Okay, so his hand comes up. You want to immediately put your hands up. Okay? This is very passive. I'm putting my hands up. Hey man, what do you want? What do you want? Now when these hands are up, we're going to do a wrist out turn. Okay? And again, the key of your wrist out turn is grab the meat of the thumb and your thumb in the back of his palm, the back of his hand. Okay? So when his hand comes up, you want to grab, boom, right down. Quick, fast, effective. Back up, Jack. This can actually happen when he's in a fighting stance. So he comes up and he's ready to fight. Okay? Same thing. Snap, bang. Out turn, quick and easy. I don't have to continue that fight. I don't have to worry about bashing with this guy because I'm already able to put him in a joint lock and put him to the ground. Once he hits the ground, there's a ton of things that we can do. All right? So his hand comes back up. Now, we're going to do a little bit different. I'm going to come in from the inside and I'm going to turn it. I'm going to hyperextend his elbow. Okay, if his hand comes up, he's the aggressor. Boom, here, up, locked, down, into anything else that you want to do. All right, last one. You got the Italian guy who always talks with his hands. He comes up, what are you doing? Boom, down, quick and easy. Okay, the initial motion, all of these, has to be in the position of your lock. I know that I want to do double wrist out turn here, so I'm going to grab and grab in double wrist out turn, and then just do the lock. I'm not able to take his hand, manipulate it around, and then do the lock. Very much like if he grabs here and I want to do something, I have to be able to turn around and stuff. Offensive techniques has to be precise. Offensive techniques have to be immediately grab and lock. Okay? And then you take control. All right, so all of those were coming in from the front. Those were when the uke was in front of you. Think about other situations where we can use these offensively as well. And these types of techniques might actually play out to law enforcement much better than anybody else, where you are a person behind uke. Something's going on in front, the intention is that way. I want us to do this person, I can very easily come in, scoop the arm, take the elbow, and do an arm bar. Okay? So come in from an angle, here, boom, straight to the ground, and lock them out. Okay? Very quick, very effective. Again, coming in, so we're side to side now. He's getting aggressive with someone in front of him. I need to stop this situation. Scoop the arm, take the shoulder, okay? Here, bang. straight to the ground. Okay? These are very quick, very fast, very precise techniques that you're able to do. Okay? We've also talked about being able to do aggressive sweeps. So if he's facing me, I can come up and just walk through and sweep him fast. Okay? I can come in from the side and do very much the same thing. Come in here, boom, and take him down. Offensive techniques, aggressive techniques. Great, so we talked about offensive techniques today. Again, that initial contact, your initial motion might be a little bit weird of how you're moving your body, but that's going to make all the difference in the world. Start to play out these techniques in your head. You may want to start with the end part of the lock and walk it backwards to see where that point of engagement is. We can talk about that in another training tip. Grandmaster Garland recently had a video where he talked about, we practice from a grab that people won't necessarily do, and to be able to think about how to attack offensively rather than wait for that defense, is a huge part of this art. As you get higher up in these ranks, you really need to be able to think of how dynamic this art is, and not that it's just a defensive art or a self-defense art, but this is a whole art. Train hard, be good to each other, and Hapkido.